The chairman has made an update and there seems to be a heavy emphasis on PYRO. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, not the fact that we're sitting third on the table, not the fact that we're very mediocre this season. Let's spend 5 paragraphs talking about PYRO. We get fined 19 grand against Malmo, 13 against Leon. Right, let's just get stuck straight into the PYRO argument. I like PYRO. I think it adds to the atmosphere. I think it adds to the game. But of course, right, if the club is getting fined left, right and centre from UEFA, and I mean, obviously if you do it in the league, you'll be getting fined for SPFL, SFA, whatever. I totally get why the board and, the chairman do not want PYRO in stadiums. It makes sense. Now, as we go into his actual article here regarding the PYRO, he says... and I quote, after a fantastic result in Malmo, we were all disappointed with the Europa League result against Leon, but I was proud to see the supporters staying with Philippe and the team until the final whistle. The biggest disappointment of that evening, however, was the actions of a small minority of supporters, whose use of pyrotechnics at the match has seen the club fined €13,000. This is in addition to a €19,000 for a fine in a similar incident in the match with Malmo. My message is the use of pyrotechnics must stop, and stop now, at all of our matches home and away! Exclamation mark. Not only could the repercussions become ever larger for the club, many supporters have difficulty coping with the effects of pyrotechnics, whether that be the smoke or loud bangs they produce. It is desperately unfair for any Rangers supporter to come to a match and be affected in such a manner. End of quote. I get it, right? Yeah, I for one don't like breathing in smoke, but pyrotechnics and here loud bangs, you're not taking, I mean, I guess dogs do go to stadiums, but loud bangs, smoke, whatever, it does add to the atmosphere, as I've said previously. I can see why people don't like this, right? And this isn't an attack on people who don't like it, but again, to reiterate, I completely understand why the Rangers board and the chairman are going to come out and say this, but you look at English football, right? It's so dead, it's so soulless, right? You look up here, man, right? Whether it's cup semis, cup finals, European nights, the PYRO is massive, man. That you've got the displays, the PYROs, and that goes for every team. That goes for Rangers, that goes for Celtic, that goes for Aberdeen, Hearts, Hibs. Obviously, you associate PYRO more, right, with the old firm, right? But hell, man, I've even seen Edinburgh City use PYRO. Aye, Edinburgh City use PYRO, right? You see it with Rafe Rovers, Dunfermline, when they've got a big derby going on, Falkirk, etc. Right? It's good. You look across Europe, man. You talk like the Belgrade derby or the Prague derby, man. They're all using PYRO. See this? That's what they want, though. You look at the Manchester derby, man. It's good. They think controversy doing theirs. Fucking Gary Neville going, ooh, that doesn't sit right. When you see PYRO, man, and heavy hitting challenges, that's the real shit, damn it. But yeah, the chairman has spoken. He says it must stop, and it must stop now. We'll see if that will happen. Will we see banning issues out there? Will people get banned? Years? I doubt we're going to get decades for it, but I mean, there's a lot more that he dove into. I mean, Craig Robertson, obviously. It's completely confirmed here. We did make a video a couple of days ago. Obviously, him would be leaving the club for he was director of football operations. Just so many. I mean, director of football and operations. I've never heard so much board talk ever this year, man. It all started just before last season ended. This season begins now. It seems like every other week a Rangers board member is leaving the club. Niels Coppin then went on to speak today. He was talking about how the club wanted to sign Sima. They put in a bid, they put in a contract, but they retracted it when they realised they didn't really have the finances for it. So we went with Oscar Cortez. Thumbs up for me. Brilliant signing. No, not brilliant. I mean, imagine a mandatory obligation to buy, right, for a guy who can't play a game without getting injured. And now he's at long term. He's at 2025. It's an absolute disgrace. And I get it, right? I think Brighton wanted 7 million for Sima. And that is pricey, right? It is. There's no two ways about it. That is pricey at the end of the day. But look what he's done. If you've not been paying attention to the Champions League, he's played 2 games in the Champions League and he's helped Brest, I believe, to 2 victories. And he's scored in both games. So the guy's obviously got quality. It's a shame we couldn't bring him in. I believe he's just on loan at Brest. So, and his family still lives in Glasgow. Fucking just get the guy signed, man. See this Cortez, 4 million on Cortez, man. This club will never learn. I mean, look. Sima contributed like what 18 goals last season. When you factor in that Tavernier can't hit a barn door this season, and Sima's goals have left, you've left a glaring hole in how many goals this team's going to produce, and I think that's another reason why you're seeing 1-0 scrape jobs against Dundee United, Hibs. I mean, only beating St Johnstone 2-0. Sima was good, and yeah, Sima picked up his fair share of injuries as well, but you know what? See, when he played, he was great and he banged in goals and assists. Can the same be said for Cortez? It's not like this guy's injury prone, and it's, but see when he plays, man, he's a difference maker. He'll single-handedly win you games. Can anyone in this comment section honestly turn around and say that Oscar Cortez is better than the likes of Ross McCausland? So, even fucking Scott Wright, see as shite as Scott Wright is, and I wish him well at Birmingham, right? At least the guy never got injured. He was always there, as pish as he was. I mean, is it not better to be there and be pish than to never be there and be slightly better than pish? I think it is. Anyway, Pyro's banned, all that good stuff. Leave your thoughts down below, and peace.